Winter, it's flu season again, and with the country open and lockdown restrictions gone, will we see an increase in flu cases?
We have a new health alert for parents this morning, with children and teenagers being hit hardest by the flu. Paediatrician and infectious.
Doctors are worried Victoria is sitting on a ticking flu time bomb.
So why is this happening? Why is this flu season peaking so much later than usual?
With the flu season still bad, many people are taking a quick...
Your kids safe.
They came to this emergency room.
The strand of virus is
test. It was to get a rapid flu.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Rashid bin Ahmad Nazari from DPIH. Over the last 2 years, COVID-19 preventive measures have reduced our exposure to infectious diseases. However, as the pandemic and associated social restriction is globally, we are starting to see a rise in many common infectious diseases, such as influenza, also known as the flu. What seems to be concerning is the speed at which infectious diseases such as hand, foot, and mouth disease (HFMD) and flu are returning into our community ever since Malaysia entered the endemic phase. Confirmed case of influenza and influenza-like illness (ILI) clusters have been reported in various schools. The rising flu cases in the community indicates that flu has made a comeback and has real potential to spread. The Malaysian Influenza Working Group is particularly concerned with the low population immunity due to lack of exposure to influenza over the last 2 years and the low flu vaccination uptake in Malaysia. This makes the population more susceptible to catching the flu and high risk group at risk of severe, prolonged, and even fatal disease.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Adam Surhan bin Nazrin. My opinion about this influenza is that we need to focus on the community to take this influenza vaccine because it can prevent this disease from being contagious and infecting people around. Next, the government needs to work together in this situation, such as subsidizing the community for this vaccine injection.
From what we know, influenza infection is easily contagious, especially in public places, such as school, training institution, and camps. In my opinion, as a Malaysian citizen, the Ministry of Health should always cooperate with various agencies, such as the Malaysian Ministry of Education and the Department of Social Welfare, to ensure that influenza infection in school and child care center can be prevented and controlled, and certain parties must close school if there are many among them students suffering from this infection disease.
In my opinion about influenza, this is the party certain, like scientists, World Health Organization, means WHO, needs to create a medicine pill to reduce and eliminate this influenza disease. In addition, the government must always advise the public about the dangers of influenza so that the public is concerned about the problem of this disease.
Hi, my name is Siti Aisyah binti Zakaria. I will explain about the solution to prevent influenza infection is to get an annual vaccination for individual aged 6 months and above. But apart from vaccination, this step preventive can also be practiced. As Malaysian citizens, we can reduce the influenza by practicing this step in our whole day, such as we can practice a high level of personal hygiene, which washing your hands frequently using soap and water, or we can use any hand sanitizer. Next, we must dispose of tissue or face mask covering in a closed bin immediately after use, and then distance yourself from individuals with symptoms at least within 1 meter. Lastly, rest at home and avoid visiting crowded places if symptoms. If you need to go to a public place, use a face mask. Additional information: influenza vaccine should be taken annually because the influenza vaccine formulation needs to be updated to ensure that the content match the influenza variants that infect each season. As mentioned, who are concerned, we must follow the solution that the government has given to reduce the spread of this virus. Next, I will give to my friends.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Izlika Aina Maria binti Muhammad Herman. I'm from class DP3D. I'm gonna talk about conclusion. As conclusion, flu shot is very important and should be taken immediately because flu is contagious. Flu not easy to detect. Flu can severe and even fatal. Besides that, flu attacks other persons the hardest. Makes heart attack, flu can harm for diabetes person. And the last one is, flu very risky to pregnant women and unborn baby.